Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we're going to be talking about Smile 2. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. So, Smile 2 obviously is the sequel to Smile, which came out 2 years ago. So, let's talk about that. So, the first Smile. Okay, this movie had a very interesting road to release because originally this was never meant to be theatrical. Okay, this was supposed to be a Paramount Plus movie. That was the initial plan, but Paramount did some test screenings and apparently they were so positive they were just like, wait, hold on, we may have something here. So let's put it out there. Let's put it in theaters. We could make a buck off of this. And so that's what they did. No Paramount Plus went to theaters. So I got a big old upgrade because of that. And I remember the first trailer for this movie dropping in front of Top Gun Maverick, which was, a movie that made over 700 million in the States alone. So the fact that they dropped the first trailer in front of that should tell you that there was a little bit of confidence going on. Like, you don't do that if you're not confident. And then, as the movie was coming out, I wasn't too sure about it quality wise because, like, the way everyone was smiling, it just gave me flashbacks to Truth or Dare, that really shitty Blumhouse movie. But unlike Truth or Dare, Smile, when it did come out, it got really good reviews. It had a nice opening weekend of like 22.6 million. I was like, okay, cool. It's probably going to end its run about like 50, 60 something mil. That's fine. That's satisfactory. Then things got interesting. It fell 18% week two, and I was just like, what? I was a little shocked seeing that because I knew I knew word of mouth was good, but I didn't think it was that good. Like to drop 18%, that's rare in this day and age. And this didn't even have like a major holiday like boosting its numbers or anything. So a drop like that is incredible. And as you can see here, like its legs were really good. Really good. To the point where it ended up making over 100 million domestically. Which for a movie like this, 17 million movie like this, that's great. It's fantastic. It's great for an original flick. I mean, I know it was based off like a short film, but still, for basically a new IP, that's really good. I think it was only like the second R-rated movie, to hit 100 million domestically. Like, I guess since like movie theaters like reopened. Like the first was Nope. No, it was like Nope, then Bullet Train, then Smile. Smile was the first like horror movie to do it. I don't know what Nope. Nope is more of a thriller than a horror. This is straight up horror. But anywho, Smile was a big hit. It did way better than Halloween Ends, which I didn't expect at all. But that's what happened. So if a success like this, obviously Paramount would want to make a franchise out of this, make more. And so here we are with Smile 2. So obviously Smile 2 has the benefit of having a successful, well-liked predecessor. So it's got brand name recognition going for it. So that's a pro. Another pro is that reviews for Smile 2 are really good. I don't know if they're about better or worse than the original. I think it's probably on par. I will check to make sure. Smile. What were the reviews for that? Okay, they're actually a little better by like a couple points, but still better. So it has an 84% critic score, 86% audience score. Its cinema score, let me check. It's a B. What was the first Smile cinema score? B minus. So audiences actually like Smile 2 more than Smile 1. So that's a great sign. I was kind of worried the quality would dip, I had like I always had like this fear with like sequels, especially to sequels to movies like I like. I'm always worried that there's gonna be a big old quality drop, and like it's because with sequels, like sometimes it works out, sometimes they drop the ball real hard. You never know. And for this, I was hoping for the best, and after seeing it like on Friday, after seeing it, I'm like, yeah, this it was really good. So yeah, these reviews score that they make sense. They make total sense. So yeah, word of mouth is good across the board. I will label that as a pro. Another pro is that this is pretty much the only important movie coming out this weekend, so it has that advantage. So that's a pro right there. Uh, let's see. Another pro is that the timing of this movie. It's near Halloween. Halloween's about 2-ish weeks away. I know the first Smile had a bit more of an advantage. I had a whole month to play out before Halloween. This only has like 2 weeks. But still, being like in the Halloween season, October, the spooky, scary season, and all that, it makes sense. It's logical. So I say you know the month this is releasing in makes all the sense in the world. So timing, I would label that as a pro. I think that's it with pros. Okay, cons. I feel like with this, well, I guess I could label it to Thursday previews. I'll go over those. 2.5 million for comparison's sake. The first Smile had preview numbers of, let me see, 2 million. So it is higher, not that much higher though. So that's a little concerning. um Kind of surprising too. You think with like a sequel to a movie that was well liked, you think that would lead to like a at least an initial higher box office, because that's what a lot of sequels, they tend to like open higher but fall harder. So you expect this to open higher, but it is, but not really. So I find that weird. So it's Thursday previews. They're not terrible or anything. They're just not great. So it's neither a pro or a con. It's kind of middle ground. What is a con is, I think, the timing of this movie. I mean, in one way it's good, but another way is bad, and that's mainly because of the movie that came out last weekend, Terrifier 3. And I feel like Terrifier 3 may have taken the wind out of Smile 2's sails a little bit, because you have two movies, two R-rated, well, Terrifier 3 isn't even rated, it's unrated, but still two adult horror movies that are out there at the same time. I've said many times, when you have two movies that are of like the same genre going like head to head like this, with like not much distance in between them, it never really ends well, at least for at least one of those movies, because they tend to like eat into each other's box office and kind of screw each other over. So I feel like with Terrifier 3, like a lot of horror fans, they kind of like got their fix already. And so Smile 2, they're just like, whatever. So I feel like that might be what's going on. So yeah, I say like Terrifier 3's presence is a con right here. So yeah, Terrifier 3 is a con. Uh what is there any other like serious cons? I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I think Terrifier 3 is kind of like the only thing that's really holding this movie back financially. So, yeah, I think that's really it. So, opening weekend, from the early numbers I've seen, this is projected to hit like 22 million, which would be about the same as the first movie. So, at least it's not like plunging like, say, a Joker 2. So, it's not a Joker 2, but it's not a Terrifier 3, where that movie made more in 3 days than Terrifier 2 made total. So it's in between the two, which I guess is better than again Joker 2. It's better than that scenario. But I'm gonna have a wide range. 20 to 25 million. It's probably gonna hit the lower end, but 20 to 25 million opening weekend. It's total. Its legs will be worse because of not only timing, but because of the good old sequel effect, where sequels, they have a tendency to burn out much faster than their predecessors because there's a built-in audience. They're all gonna rush to see it opening weekend, and there's gonna be like less room to like grow or whatever. It's gonna be more of a rush to see it. So I don't think this is gonna hit 100 million. I think it's probably gonna hit close to the 50, 60 range that I thought the first Smile would hit. Which, I mean, this movie costs like 28 mil, so it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not awful or anything. And yeah, I think that's it. So that's Smile 2. Um Now we got one more movie to discuss, that movie being We Live in Time, and then we're done with October 18th. We're done. It's over. It's almost over at least. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. We'll check out more videos like this. I got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year, the past few years. We'll watch any of them, go right ahead. It's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out, but where I went over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I talked about Smile 2 once. That's when it got announced for 2024. Talked about it alongside the Mean Girls musical movie, the Bob Marley One Love, and Tiger's Apprentice. I'm pretty sure none of you remember that. So just a bunch of Paramount movies. That was episode 207. So if you want to watch that episode or any other episodes that I've made, all 250 of them, you want to binge watch them all, go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. September recap, I did that already. October recap, that'll be before mid-November. That'll be an interesting video to discuss because man, October has been it's been shit, and that's mainly because of Joker 2, entirely because of that. That left such a hole in October that it crippled the whole month. But talking about the movies I've seen in October will be interesting though. Talking about Joker 2 in detail, talking about Smile 2, Terrifier 3. I am actually planning on watching that movie on Halloween. As a plan I made last night, before while previews were playing for in front of Smile 2. I thought, you know what, that would be an interesting idea. That'd be kind of fun. So I get to see the opening scene that making people vomit. I mean, if I can watch The Substance without vomiting, then I can watch Terrifier 3 without vomiting. At least I think. So yeah, Terrifier 3. The plan is to watch that Halloween night. Should be fun. And Venom 3, I will watch that against my will. Against my better judgment. But I will do that. Because why not? But yeah, October recap. That's coming up in like a few weeks' time, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.